Greetings and welcome to the Lucky Tavern presents The Next Generation. Tonight, we begin on a new adventure as we present to you another season of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host, Sir Robb of House Doe. We have a group of merry friends here to participate and to play for your viewing pleasure. They are, I believe in all cases, descendants of former PCs, but those aren't characters you'll recognize from Season 1. These are characters that took part in another game known as Adventures in Beerendor. We will meet them shortly. Before we do, we will start tonight's game as we begin all of our games with a zoom in. We start all the way out so that you can see where you're at. Here we go. Here you can see the system of celestial bodies. This solar system consists of over 30 planets which revolve clockwise round a central star you call the Sun. We find ourselves on the celestial spiral on a tiny blue marble called Ursa. As we come through the atmosphere, you see the planet Ursa. About 75% covered in water, 25% is covered in land. The land is divided into 4 large land masses that you know of, and you find yourself on the biggest one. It's a beautiful place called Beerendor. As we come through the clouds, you see the continent of Beerendor, or rather, the kingdom of Beerendor. This represents the northeast part of that large landmass, separated from the rest of the mainland by what are called the jagged peaks to the north. Of course, we visited those late last season. As we take a look, you will see a whole bunch of locations marked. The kingdom of Beerendor boasts many biomes, including grassland, forest, hills, mountains, coastline. Today, we find ourselves at the base of Mount Willard, in a little town called Piz Palu. We head there now. As we head on down, we see the little town of Piz Palu, a rather simple place. It has stood for over 100 years. The tiny village to the south, surrounded by an 8-foot-high wooden wall. On the outside, we see a small elven encampment. To the northwest, you can see the base of Mount Willard. This is where we will begin our game, and so I would ask that all of you place your tokens somewhere on the map. And so, 20 years later, after those events of Season 1, 20 years after the events of Adventures in Beerendor, these characters, these young men, have grown up in the shadow of their fathers, the shadow of these great stories. They've always dreamed of becoming adventurers themselves, of being chosen by fate and the gods, of accomplishing some great task which perhaps the bards would sing about. Songs and sagas that may be remembered forever. It all begins tonight. We're in the northern part Beerendor, close to Mount Willard. It is quite cold here. I'm going to say it's just above freezing. We'll call it 33 degrees Fahrenheit today. As always, there is a slight southwesterly breeze. And so, it is good that Dainomi is standing close to the fire as he stands beside his mother. we see Timmy in his tent. To the southeast, a little friend, Basil. And of course, the son of Nauticus. We see him at his mother's house, down in the village. We will work to bring these characters together. I'm sure they all know one another, at least in passing. Once we've done so, we can get character descriptions out of the way. Then, and only then, will we begin our story. Perhaps fate is calling. Only time will tell. For now, the best way to get our game started is to click our tokens and roll initiative. Please do so now. Dane Omi rolls a 9, rolls a 4, Timmy a 13, and Basil 5. Put those in order, check for doubles. Tonight, our game begins with Sir Timmy of Piz Paloo. Timmy, it is about 6 p.m. and the dinner bell is ringing. As a local who has spent all his life in Piz Paloo, born and raised, a member of this tribe and this community, you find yourself in the Elven encampment. It appears you're spending some time in your tent. What are you up to?
Honestly, I'm probably just practicing, sharpening my skills with my light hammer and just getting ready for the next adventure to come.
Indeed. A little bit of maintenance goes a long way. And that sort of conscientiousness will serve you well when the adventures come. You hear the dinner bell ringing. Is he so focused on this task that he ignores it and continues? Or is he starting to feel hungry?
I mean, I think he would hear it, take notice, finish up polishing his uh, light hammer and getting straightened up to be appropriate to share dinner with his family and friends.
By all means, take your time, Sir Timmy. We come next to Dane Omi. He's standing beside his mother, known as the Old Mother. She is the leader of this tribe. And standing close to the fire on this very cold night. As the camera pans over and we see you for the first time, Dane, what are you up to?
Yeah, so at this point in time, like you said, the dinner bell is ringing, so he probably has like his plate of food in front of him. But also, like most nights, he seems to be more so kind of just like pushing the food around the plate, not really eating it, like he doesn't have an appetite of sorts while staring into the fire. Kind of like lost in thought.
I love it. A brooding character. Every party needs one. And as he stares into the fire, the camera pans over. We come to another new friend, Little Basil. Very unique looking individual. And seems to be on the outskirts of town there, all by himself. Basil, what are you doing?
I would just, be hanging out in the woods, probably knowing that it's about dinner time. I'd be getting ready to head in and go see my friends, say a quick prayer to ear before I go, or air before I go.
Beautiful. This will be the first roll of the game. Let's get a religion check and see if you receive any answer from Air.
That's straight intelligence in this case, correct?
Yes, sir. Right. It is above average. Though you don't receive any direct answer, nothing audible here, you are going to receive a blessing from the goddess Air She is a goddess generally associated most closely with medical care and healing and things of the like. And so perhaps this blessing be used in some way to heal or to help. Either way, you have a 1d6 to be used anytime during this game.
And then after that, I would head in, probably straight to the Elven encampment, where I know Dane and Timmy are getting ready for dinner.
Beautiful. At this point, we head south into the village, over to Charlotte's place. And half is Charlotte's son. Also the son of Sir Nauticus of the Tide. And half, do you still live with your mother, or are you just visiting? What are you doing down there?
A little bit of both. He's trying to save up enough money to kind of make it on his own, but he bounces from his mom's house and the elven encampment. He doesn't want things given to him just because of who his dad is. So.
I love it. As you're hanging out at Mom's house, you hear a bell ring in the distance. Charlotte turns and she says, "Should I make you a plate? Or are you going to eat with your friends?"
No, you can always make dessert, but yeah, I will go out and eat with my friends. Been a few days since I've seen them.
She smiles, pats you on the head. She says, "I'll save you a slice of pie." With that, you can make your way out. And at this point, the party unites as they gather around the fire. We're back at the top of the turn order. Timmy, feel free to make your way out as well. We will drop the turn order, and you guys will have your first opportunity to roleplay. Take a moment, drop deep into these characters, and when you're ready, whoever would like to begin, pick it up, take it away, roleplay it out. Remember, have fun.
Hey guys, what's on the menu for tonight? What do we got for dinner?
I'm not sure, but it smells delicious.
Yeah, it does smell pretty good. And he'll just kind of look at his nuts and berries that he's supposed to eat.
Dane will look over at Basil. It's like, would you like some?
I mean, if you guys have, a little extra, of course, I'll take some. I'll just tell my mom when she gets back that I ate my berries.
Dane will pass Basil his own plate.
No wrong answers here. I'm going to put Dane on the spot. Dane, what's for dinner tonight? What's on that plate?
I imagine it's like a, probably like, some cuts of meat, obviously vegetables, in like a, kind of like a thick sauce.
Sounds good. I would assume here at the Elven encampment that if they're serving meat tonight, probably elk. And yeah, a balanced dinner there with veggies and a thick sauce. Of course, the elvish wine is going round, both red and white. Feel free to indulge and imbibe and talk amongst yourselves.
So,
And
anybody get into anything fun?
I
Well,
just
I mean-
polishing my light hammer and getting it all oiled up and ready to go.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
was-
your version of fun is not the same as ours. Anybody that can all day polishing armor and training and be happy, that's no fun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
It was all right. I mean, I'm prepared. Being prepared is always fun.
Yeah, yes.
I guess. I was just down there talking to Mom. Asking how things been going. Like usual, Dad's gone a lot, so. But, I mean, makes sense with his title and all, I guess. I never understood it as a kid, but his hard work provided for us, so maybe one day I'll understand why. But after here, Mom made pie. Mom's gonna make some pie, so.
So we're all going to Hav's house after dinner. Sounds good to me.
Yep. Open invitation.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for the pie.
Anything fun out in the woods, Basil?
Nothing too special. I did find a random frog. He's pretty cute, and I'm gonna pull a frog out of my pocket. And go, yeah, I think I'm gonna name him Croaks. Look at him, he's really cute. He's gonna hop around a little bit.
Did
You
you
go
just
hop
have
in that fire if you're not careful.
Did you just have a frog in your pocket?
Yeah, I mean, you got it. Wouldn't you? Yes, yes. I had a frog in my pocket.
Very well then. It's not something I would have done, but to each their own.
He is pretty cool looking.
Yeah,
He's almost like you. Doesn't really sit still very long.
I mean, I think that's why what attracted me to him.
Makes
You should have
sense.
seen me chase him. It took me like half the day to actually catch him.
That's crazy. Dane, you're all right over there, bud? Just kind of zoning out into the fire.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's it's been today's been 5 years since my father passed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Well, one thing we might be able to do to cheer you up, we can, always go get some good pie that my mom makes after we're done here. Maybe get a drink tavern there to throw up a toast to your father's name, and I don't know, maybe go check out what's in the woods.
No, I think I'd like that. At least the pie part, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grab some pie. We could maybe go hunting or something. That usually takes your mind off of things. I'm sure it's about time that the encampment could use another elk or.
You're not wrong. We are starting to get a little bit low on elk meat.
Tell me, good thing you shined up that armor. Maybe you can use it if you're allowed.
Yeah. And I'll finish eating real quick and then come over here and put my plate away and look at the Great Mother and say thank you for kindness and grace and blessings you put upon us. And I'm sorry for your loss of your husband and your father, Dane. I hope we can make it the best day possible to remember him. He was a great man.
Well, we all know he was more than just a man. And I mean, Uncle Wanderer.
Don't call him that.
He would.
He wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah, you're right. It did always kind of piss him off.
But he was always wandering around.
That is
And he
true.
did look.
Yes.
I mean, he did wander around with my father, so I guess that all kind of makes some wanderers. But yeah, Unc was cool. He had awesome beard.
Well, it was more about the stories. He told crazy stories. That old man, they'd make me laugh so hard.
Yeah. I know one time milk came out my nose.
He was always full of stories, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he'd always tell you the best ones when your parents weren't around, too.
Got that right.
As I do remember one time when he was telling me the story of how he got those scars around his neck, and mother walked in, was quite cross with him. Said it wasn't a story for someone of my age at the time.
How old
Yeah.
are the three of you now? Time's gone by so fast for me.
Well, me, I'm about 20, I believe.
What about you, Basil? I mean, you honestly, you never really aged to me. You just got a little bigger.
I mean, I get the short joke, but yeah, I'm 18, I believe. It's hard to, you lose track, I guess, after a while.
What about you, Hef?
Well, I just turned 21 about a month ago. A little over a month ago. So
That's right. I remember your party. Just didn't remember how old you turned.
yeah, it was.
I mean, we all know you're the old man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm almost 40 now. So,
holy Moses, that's old.
I mean,
no offense, mother.
The old mother just smiles good-naturedly. She's about almost 1100 now.
yeah, I'm still technically younger to you than you guys when you look at the lifespans.
True. Not all of us get to live to like 800.
Yeah,
If I will only be so lucky.
Well, you could be like my father and live unnaturally long compared to other individuals of your race. He did die at 120.
That is
Yeah.
very true. And he
Yeah,
was
almost.
a spry 120.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was still like trying to go on adventures and heading to the capital with mom and Nauticus.
Or
Yeah.
going and drinking at Sir Chum's on that holiday.
Yeah, when he harvests his pumpkins.
Are we
Yeah.
sure we're
Apple.
talking about the same man? My father, who took 37 and a half minutes just to stand up from sitting down.
I mean, yeah, he was old too. But think about it, like, yeah, he was like that. But think of all the stories they would tell. He could barely stand up, but then a dragon would show up, and he's just like, "Oh, here I am. Let me go ahead and kill it."
Or a wild bear would show up and he'd polymorph into one.
Well, he was quite
Oh, do you
gifted
guys?
with magic.
I was gonna say, do you guys remember how he used to do that and scare the shit out of us? We'd be playing in the woods, and all of a sudden a bear would come running up, and then it's just your dad. Like, dude.
remember that one time I just fainted. I think I peed a little.
I mean, after like the 10th time, it wasn't scary anymore.
Yeah,
Wonder what would ever happen if a real bear came and we just thought it was your dad at that point because he did it so many times.
We probably would be killed and eaten by the bear. But, like you said, after the 10th time, it was pretty easy to tell it was him, because, there aren't that many bears who are, look that old.
Yeah, he was like all great.
that is true. You know, you found that gray streak like under his chin there for a while. start picking up on it more. And this bear's like, it's weird seeing a bear with a great chin.
I've also never seen another bear do one roar and then start wheezing for breath.
That's true. I remember that time he came out as a bear and he tripped over that log.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I remember that.
He was so mad.
It was quite funny. At first I was shocked that I just saw a bear trip on a piece of wood, and then started laughing really hard.
As we sit around the fire, enjoying our meal, things drift towards nostalgia as we reminisce and discuss the man that many called the Wanderer, though he didn't like that very much. His name was Andal, and he became the father of this tribe when he married the old mother. They gave birth to Dane shortly thereafter, his firstborn and only son, heir to the Wanderer. Fate has brought these friends together, and perhaps adventure is calling. But before we get into any of that, we need to take a moment to introduce these characters to our audience. And so, having taken some time to reunite and discuss amongst ourselves, we will now launch character descriptions. For the first time this season, we're going to start with Dane, then we'll move down and go right down the line. So Dane, I'm going to blow you up on the screen here, and please take your time. Give us a good, long, detailed description. Tell us about the half-elf seated at the fire.
Yep, so Dane is about 6 foot even, no more, no less. He does look quite young. He's only 20 years old. And he does have an eye patch over one eye, which he almost never goes anywhere without. He does have kind of white hair, oddly enough for someone so young. His one eye that you can see is like a really vibrant, piercing blue. He is dressed in fairly kind of like normal, kind of plain clothing. And right next to him, he does have a spear that did belong to his father that nobody has ever really seen him go anywhere without.
Indeed. Andal was often called the Wanderer because of the strong resemblance he had to a particular avatar of Odin, god of wisdom. And we see that he has passed that on to his son, in that he has one bright blue eye. That spear as well might raise the eyebrows of anyone with a bit of religious teaching and knowledge of mythology. Could you take a brief moment, Dane, and also give us a description of that spear?
Yeah, absolutely. So the spear is somehow both ornate and very plain looking. The spearhead is polished to a nice shine at all times. And it does have like this very faint kind of like glow to it, at least the spearhead does. So faint, in fact, that you would almost miss it if you weren't knowing to look for it. You more often catch that in kind of like in your peripherals.
Beautiful. And we're not going to make any history or religion checks at this time. I think it's needless to say that these men here, close friends of yours, locals, would probably know these details. I think you know what I'm alluding to. However, I think it's best that perhaps those details come out naturally over time. We will move on, and we will come next to our friend Basil. I'm going to blow you up on the screen, Basil. And please take your time, give us a good, long, detailed description. Tell us about the Harangon seated at the fire.
Yeah, Basil is a small Haragon at only 2'8". He has a soft, a tawny fur and expressive amber eyes that gleam with a quiet alertness. His face carries both a gentle and serious air, framed by dark tousled hair that falls just above his whiskers. He has a short muzzle and long twitching whiskers that give him an almost curious look. He wears a hooded cloak that casts a shadow over most of the rest of his figures, other than his long draping ears that stick out. Beneath the hood, or beneath the hood, the ears poke out, and his movements are light and deliberate, like someone that's used to slipping in and out of the world unseen.
Beautiful. Any additional symbols of association, allegiance, affiliation, religion? Anything we might notice on his person?
He does wear a necklace with the symbol of air on it.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Next, we come to a character that I have been particularly excited to meet. The audience won't know the story of Sir Timmy. As we mentioned, these characters come not from Lucky Tavern Season 1, but from our side game, Adventures in Birindor. But Timmy is a local of Piz Palu, and he's got a great backstory. And just like I said to our friend Dane, hopefully those stories will come out naturally, organically over time. For now, give us a physical description. Take your time, make it good.
Yeah. Timmy is a long-haired, blonde male with really long ears. He kind of has different hues about him. He's always got fairly serious face because even though he's fairly young around here, he's the oldest of basically the next generation. So he's always kind of been that older sibling / younger uncle type. So he still always tries to hold himself with dignity and to almost want to be a guardian of everyone around him. And has a necklace to the goddess Hell.
Indeed. The symbol of hell we know is a depiction of the goddess herself, usually depicted as having a two-sided face, one quite beautiful and one that of a skull. Usually depicted in black. We come last, but certainly not least, the son of Sir Nauticus of the Tides. He is, if memory serves, he would be half Triton, half human? Is that correct?
Water genasi.
That's what it was, half water genasi. All right, beautiful. Well, give us a good long detailed description of the half water genasi we see seated at the fire.
Yeah, he stands probably about 6 foot, 6'1". Got almost the skin tones of like, it looks like blue and green from the ocean, and going down the side of his face into his neck. Blue and green mohawk, has some piercing in his ears, and like our friend Timmy here, he would have a symbol of hell on him, because that's who his father worshipped. And wearing just basic robes that, well, with it being a little cooler outlet, there probably has some fur. He got some fur around him as well, and just walk around with a stick that he found, almost like a walking stick.
Absolutely, absolutely. The walking stick, the only weapon in our games that we're allowed to have at the ready at all times, as quarterstaffs and spears can also be used as walking sticks as well. And I would, well, I won't give it away. I'm gonna zip my lips on what I was about to say. And yet again, we will let things come out organically over time. We have heard character descriptions from everyone in the party. And by this point, it is 6:30 p.m. You have finished your dinner, and you were told that Charlotte, Half's mom, is preparing one of her famous, delicious apple pies. What do we do?
Say, look at everybody that's finished their plate. I'll just go around, gather everyone's plate, and kind of brush off any food or whatnot, kind of help clean it off, and then bring them over to the old mother and kind of thank you for the dinner, like our friend said earlier. And we'll just kind of bow and put the plates where she normally has them put them. And we'll just say, all right, who's ready for some pie?
Yeah, we'll send a piece back for your mom, Dane.
Absolutely. She'd be very upset with me if I didn't bring her back some pie.
With that, the party rises. They make their way south into the village proper. That door, of course, generally stays locked, but I'm sure that Half has a key on his belt. As you make your way in, these are simple dirt roads and just a handful of buildings. There's a tavern to the southwest, which has no name. You can see Charlotte's house, Astrid's house to the southeast. Astrid runs the smithy, and that is probably closed by this point in the night. There's also a set of stables here, and a single horse resides at this time. As you make your way west towards Charlotte's house, you will find the door open, and as you head in, Half, you smell your favorite smell, fresh apple pie.
Yes, I can never get tired of that smell. I'll just open the door and say, Mom, my friends are coming for some pie too.
Just come in, boys. Make yourselves at home. Basil, remove your hood inside the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Much better. Here you are, fresh apple pie. And she hands everyone a slice of pie. You can't help but notice that half slice is much bigger than the other.
Your mom's apple pie is like the best.
Yeah, it is definitely top notch. Not just her pies, all her cooking, but yeah, her pies are awesome. Now, once we get done eating this, I gotta go to the tavern and check in real quick.
Yes, how is work going, my son?
Yeah, it has its moments. I mean, there's days where it feels like all I do is run around and clean up tables and stuff. And there's sometimes it's kind of slow, but I like it when it's busy. It makes the day go by quicker.
Oh, of
Some of the
course,
stories you hear, and they're quite funny as well.
I'm sure. And I keep telling you, there's nothing wrong with living a simple life. I know you've always dreamed of being an adventurer like your father, but as for me, I don't mind you being a tavern keeper. It's a safe life, a simple life, and one you could be proud of.
Yeah, but I don't know. Half of me wants to stay here and live a simple life, but the other half wants me to go out. Father would see the world. Some of the stories I heard from Uncle.
It's almost like you're half your mom and half your dad. Go figure.
Charlotte looks concerned, but she forces a smile and she rubs your shoulder, always very supportive of her son. As you guys take your first bites of pie, it really is out of this world. It's the best pie in Pizpaloo and maybe all of Buren.
We gotta make sure we bring peace for old mother.
Of course, today of all days, we must honor the leader of the tribe. She looks to Dane and she says, God rest your father's soul. He was a good man.
Yeah, Dane takes a while to reply. Again, kind of just like playing with the pie more so than eating it, even though he does take bites here and there. He's like, yes, he was a good one.
I hope it's not too personal, but that was his spear, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, I suppose you've been practicing?
As much as one can without a mentor of sorts to teach them.
She nods and sort of stares at the spear for a long moment. As I mentioned earlier, this spear has a way of captivating people. Something strange about it. And then she forces another smile and nods and says, well, I hope it stays that way. Like my boy here, you should all just live simple lives. Stay close to your mothers.
Yes,
No need
and,
to go off stabbing people with spears.
yes, and like your boy there, I too am beginning to feel the itch, the call to wander. It must be my father in me.
Again, a look of concern comes across her face. And outside, lightning strikes. Flash of light shakes the windows as the sound reverberates and rain begins to fall on the roof.
You don't have to worry, Miss Charlotte. As long as we're together, we'll always keep each other safe.
That's true. And if we get into trouble, we blame it on Timmy because he's the oldest.
Exactly.
Well, technically in elven lives, he's, technically the youngest.
Well, he's older than us, so.
I suppose that's true. You must be, 33 now, Timmy?
Oh no, I'm 38 now, ma'am.
Oh, I see.
Also, I wanted to ask you, the next time I spar your husband, would you like to make a wager with me?
I would bet on my husband.
I know,
Also-
and I would bet on myself as always.
I think some of the people of the village were too kind to tell you, but I think he's still holding back. You've got a long way to go, Timmy, though we're all very impressed with your progress.
I think I land 3 blows before he does in our next sparring session.
Well, I'll put a shiny gold piece on the table and take that bet any day.
I will,
Yeah, Dane
I
laughs
put
when he
the
hears
tiny
that.
piece down just because.
Oh, I choked on my pie on that one. Oh. Oh.
And I will tell Lady Charlotte, don't worry, I will watch over your boys, even though I made this bet with you.
Charlotte nods, smiles good-naturedly. She reaches for a bottle of elvish wine, fills your glasses, and then she goes over and stokes the fire. You can see the rain coming in through the chimney, sending up smoke. The room is still rather warm and comfortable, but at temperatures like this, with the rain falling, it could be a rough few days in Piz-Palu, that's for sure.
Yeah, with this weather, we definitely might want to make sure we do some hunting. After tomorrow, it might get really nasty.
Yeah. And wind's coming down from the mountain. They definitely get nasty. Plus, it's one of my favorite times to go out when it's raining. There's something about the water that is calming.
Yes, perhaps if you're going on a hunt, you could keep your eyes open for me. I could use more jasmine. Can be found in the woods nearby.
Okay. Mama, thanks for the pie. He drinks. He only about had a half cup of wine, and I gotta go make sure that Brooke is okay with me taking the night off. He's usually pretty cool. Every year around this time, but just gonna make sure he's not too slammed.
Well, of course. Tell him I said hi.
Will do. And we'll stop back to get that pie before we head out. Half will stand up, push his chair in, start to walk out.
As you guys head out the door, Charlotte will give Basil's hood a little yank as she puts it back over your face, pats you on the head. She touches the others on the shoulder as they exit. She says, "Goodbye, boys. Goodbye. Stay safe out there."
Timmy will nod and, give her that little salute of respect and say, "Have a great night."
Absolutely. This customary gesture here in the lands of Birendor is a brief touch of the forehead, and Charlotte will return it. Party makes their way into the tavern. Feel free to place your tokens inside. All right. As you enter, you will see a small stage to the southeast where a bard is playing music. There are about 5 additional commoners, roughly half male, half female, all of drinking age. Behind the bar, you see your boss, Half. He's a local, nice enough guy. His name's Rook. What are you guys doing?
I'll walk in and give the place some once over. He doesn't look too busy. We'll walk up, just kind of wave his hand at Rook, saying hi.
Hello there, Half-Thor. How are you?
Good. How are you doing there? Night doesn't look too bad.
No.
It's still okay if I take the night off, right?
Of course, Half. This is a big night. He looks over at Dane, and then he looks back at you and he says, "Take all of the time that you need."
Appreciate it. I'll turn back to his friends, and I want to get a drink to.
Well, no. Let's
Toast
see
up.
we should just grab something to take with us. You can't go hunting without a drink.
That's true. Think it's all right if I get a bottle?
Of course. I will give you your standard discount. And he takes out a bottle. Is this a bottle of wine or a bottle of hard liquor?
I would say, given the way Dane's been taking it this year, I think it would be the hard stuff.
All right. And are you looking for, bottom shelf or top shelf level quality here?
I'd say top shelf.
All right. He wants the good stuff. Fair enough. This would normally be about 5 gold pieces. I'm going to give you an employee discount and charge you 2.5 gold pieces.
I'll just hand him 3.
Thank you, Half. Feel free to come back later if you want to hang out.
Yeah. I'll check. Come back later, and hopefully you're a little bit busier. The rain's starting to come, so people will sure start piling in.
I hope so. He smiles, waves goodbye, heads back to polish glasses.
As we're walking out, Dane's just like, did anyone else notice how ominous it was when that lightning struck?
Yeah, Yeah, that was kind of, I don't know. It tended to sound a little louder, had a little bit more meaning.
I feel like it was just a sign of good things to come.
I sure hope so.
Oh, gotta grab that slice of pie for your mom real quick.
Oh,
Run
yeah,
in and
oh,
grab it.
I almost forgot. That would not have been good.
Yeah, she'd been mad. Um, are we gonna go to a different spot of the forest, or gonna go to stick to the usual?
I mean, with the rain, we should probably stick to the usual for now.
Yeah,
Just be careful Thor doesn't send any more random lightning bolts at us.
Thor wouldn't throw a lightning bolt at his own nephew. I'll say jokingly to Dane.
Well, I would hope not. As he attempts to joke back,
Oh, wait,
the tone not
whatever that
quite
is.
hitting the same.
Yeah.
Or, well, I guess if my father really was the Wanderer, it'd be more so his, what, half brother?
Yeah, half brother. So maybe he would throw a lightning bolt at you. We all know his history with half brothers
that is
or
true.
step brothers or however you want to put that.
Yeah, I'll run up and hand old mother a piece of pie, and no, mom says hi.
Yes, it's a rather stoic image. Most of the people here have raced off and found shelter in their tents or elsewhere. The old mother stands in the rain. She seems to be unaffected by the cold. She stares into the flames like Dane did earlier. It seems her mind is far away. As you race up, she slowly turns, looks at you. She looks down at the slice of pie, forces a smile. She takes it. She extends her arm. She gives you a blessing. She says, "The time has come. Fate is calling."
He just kind of looks around.
As you're looking around, lightning strikes.
This kind of half kind of almost, he kind of flinches a little bit. He's usually when old mother talks, especially with her demeanor, he knows she knows something.
With that, she makes her way down and she stands before her son. She extends her arm. She gives you a blessing. She says simply, "Make me proud."
Dane doesn't say anything. He kind of stands there at first for a couple seconds and then just pulls her into a hug and says, "I love you, Mom." Kind of like he's saying
I love you.
goodbye almost.
I love you too, my child. With that, she makes her way south and she looks at the two others. She says, "I know you think you're going hunting. In a way, you are. Don't come back till you've done what you must do. Timmy, I was there on the day of your initiation. Didn't go how we planned, but you survived, and I believe that the gods spared you for a reason. Be the knight you've always wanted to be."
I will, but I'll stay away from bees while doing it.
And as for you, Basil, she becomes very grim, very serious, and she bends one knee. She says, "If you don't eat your berries, I'm going to tell your mother."
Yes, ma'am. And he'll start eating the berries reluctantly.
She smiles, pats you on the head, and she begins to make her way slowly north. She needs to spend time in prayer and meditation. You hear snap. You turn around, realize it's just dry wood cracking in the fire. Sparks rise up. The smoke, sizzling, blackened by the raindrops as they fall. Dex is trying his best to keep it lit. He turns, he looks at you, and he says, "Well, that was foreboding."
Yeah. I mean, we're just going to hunt and have a couple drinks, try to get our friend Dane out of the gutter or out of the slumps. Uh, that felt a little more ominous than needed to be for that.
Yes, boys, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I think there's something you should know.
Dane turns to look at Dex.
Please, all of you, come, take a seat. 20 years ago, while your fathers were making names for themselves, all those events which you know well about, there were other things happening here in Dor. Perhaps you've heard the stories of those great men, Albatross, Thalion, the others. They visited here one day. They had something very important, very powerful. They called it the Umbral Key. I believe it may be the most powerful arcane object in the world. They traveled up that mountain, Mount Willard, on a stormy day. And when they came back, they had no memories of the events. I believe that they removed their own memories, that the location of the Umbral Key might be lost forever. But I also believe that the Umbral Key lies at the top of that mountain. There was a dragon which lived atop that mountain once. And I'm sure somewhere a hidden dragon's hoard. The dragon has been killed, but the hoard, I'm sure, remains. What lies inside, well, could change your fate. And the gold therein could change Pizpalu forever.
I always thought Dad always said that was a sacred mountain. Probably best not to go up it.
Yeah, Mom always told me we weren't allowed up it too. I mean, if you're telling us we're allowed to, I think we should. That sounds like a great time.
Dex kind of laughs in spite of himself. He stands up, throws another log into the fire, and he says, "What I'm telling you, boys, is that you're men now. You can do what you like. But if fate is calling, I should not like to see you answer that call with nothing but, what? Is that a hammer? Stick? Guy literally has a stick. And, Dane, you've got a beautiful spear there. Not sure you know how to use it.
Not as well as I would like.
Then you should not take the words of your mother lightly. You must be ready for what is coming. I am old enough to remember all those years ago, 20 years ago now, what it was like. I was never a great warrior, but even I did my part. I almost died in the process. I should not like to see your mothers bury their sons. Do be safe, boys.
Well, one way or another, even if I live a full life, it's quite likely that she will bury me anyway.
As he makes a
Well-
second attempt at making a joke, this one falling even more flat than the first one. Not because of his demeanor, but more so because of like the dark nature of the fact that he believes his mother will outlive him.
It is sadly likely.
Well, should probably start traveling then up to the mountain. I mean, that sounds cool. I mean, I've always wanted to go up that mountain, but never allowed. So, Hoff will grab one of the bigger sticks out of the fire, almost like for a torch, and he'll start walking. Come on, guys! It's gonna be awesome. Get to go up this mountain.
You know,
Timmy will just say up loud, if we kill an elk up there, it'd be a lot easier to pack it downhill than dragging it through the woods, too.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure.
Plus, it'll be cold enough we could probably like pack it full of snow or something, and it'll keep long.
My father
Yeah.
told me he hung himself on the top of this mountain.
Uh,
For
I
9
don't know
days.
how to.
And he like starts describing how his father told the story, very much sounding like one of the Eddas.
Well, knowing your dad, I don't doubt that at all. There's something with you, you elves, and being ominous, though.
Uh, did you guys ever hear the story of Nauticus and Cassie and their whole group fighting some weird elf guy up here who tried to summon some dude or resurrect him? I can't remember how the story goes.
I overheard when they would talk about it. They always said that we didn't need to know the whole story, but I overheard some things. Yeah, it was like, you know how they were all part of that cult, or well, they called themselves the Cult of the Bears. Um, I think it had something to do with like their enemy, some dude named the Hunter. Yeah, that came up here and fought them.
Are you guys going to join them in that cult?
mm, I
I
don't know.
mean, it was always my hope to. We didn't ever. We like I said, they always said we were too young.
You're a little bit older now, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a decision when the time comes, I guess.
And as we discuss the future and look forward at what is to come, you take your first steps on your way up Mount Willard, here, just northwest of Piz-Palu, to these jagged peaks where the Horde is hiding. It is 7 p.m., and the sun has now set. It is dark. Of course, your friend Half holds a burning log like a torch, sending out bright light, a 20-foot radius, and another 20 feet of dim light. But it's cold, raining, it's windy, it's nighttime. And you were always told that this mountain was a place you shouldn't go, that it was too dangerous. Now, you are men. Fate is calling, and fate goes ever as it must, as do we.